Hi, I'm Tim, and this is Timberway Designs. Got a nice chunk of malachite here. Let's make a cabochon. Okay, I got a piece of malachite here that I purchased from a rock show. Actually, I bought it up at the Moose Lake Agate Festival. You should check it out. It's pretty wild. So I went ahead and cut this. And if you notice right here, there is a fracture. This is what you got to watch out for when you buy rocks if they're not all fractured up. But there is a fracture right here. And when I cut a slab off this, it actually broke at this line right here. So I ended up with two pieces. And you can see where it broke on the line, which is fine because we're going to use this piece here. We're going to make a 25 by 18 bezeled cabochon. So let's get the template. Now I make my own templates because I've been running into a lot of problems with when I buy these pre-made stainless steel cabochons on Amazon. A lot of times they are not exactly the dimensions that that they advertise to be. Sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they're a little bigger. So this one here is really close to the correct size, so I'm going to use the 25 by 18 template right here. We're going to use this little guy, and we're going to find a spot on here, kind of get the most. The other thing that kind of bad about these ones I make, you can't see through them, so you got to be kind of careful on your positioning, but that looks pretty good right there. So I use a Sharpie, a fine point Sharpie. So we'll just make sure you get all the way out to the edge here because you don't want to end up with a lopsided cab. So that'll work pretty good right there. It is kind of close to the edge, but when I grind it, I'm going to take it downstairs and grind it to the cab, and then I'll make sure it fits in this guy here before we go any further. So since the side's going to be straight up and down, I can grind up to this line. It shouldn't be a problem. It's not cut in too bad. So I'll probably take it on my trim saw, and I'll cut these edges off right here because there ain't no sense in grinding all this away on the diamond wheel when you can easily chop it off with a trim saw. So we're going to take this downstairs. Now, a little bit about malachite. It's kind of a copper. It's got copper in it from the green color, obviously. It's a Mohs scale of about 3.5 to 4, so it's just a little on the soft side, but it sure is pretty. This one's opaque. Sometimes you can get crystallized malachite, a little translucent. And then most of the malachite, at least the malachite I've been getting, comes from Africa. So, all right, let's go get this guy trimmed down to size. All right, we're down at the trim saw. And I got my piece of malachite. And like I said earlier, I'm going to cut these edges. I'm going to cut these edges off right. Come on, focus. I'm going to cut these edges off right here. Maybe that I'll nip this corner off too. All right, it chipped on this top edge, but it's still outside the line, so I think we're okay. Besides that, it's going in a cabochon anyway, so the dome, that won't affect the dome at all. And yeah, this is kind of what it looks like wet. It's really pretty stuff. I'm really amazed. It's kind of soft though, so you got to be careful with it. All right, now we're over in the cab machine. I got my template pattern. I put that on there. Now I'm going to grind it down to the line and then carefully grind it down so that it fits in this stainless steel bezel. This is a 25 by 18 millimeter. So like last time, we'll start with the 80 grit, 220 grit, 280 grit, and then on, I'll probably do a run on the 600 grit. Okay, looks like we got a good fit here. And then we're going to take it upstairs and put a daub stick on it so we can finish doming it. Okay, we got our cabochon ground down to our pattern here. It fits in a 25 by 18 stainless steel bezel I had downstairs. So now I turned on the daub pot, and we're going to glue it to a stick with this hard wax, and then go downstairs and put a dome on it and polish it. Okay, I think we're ready to apply a daub to the back of the cabochon. So before you do that, you got to put your rock on the edge right here to heat this guy up, or the wax will not stick to it. So getting there, I think it's ready to go. Mix it up a little bit. Now let the stick just sit in there for a few seconds to kind of bring the bottom of the stick kind of up to temperature. Then I take it out and I just shake it a couple times, get some of the wax off. Flip it over, make sure you daub the side that the template was on. Then I kind of take it, my fingers, and get it out here where you can see it. And move the wax around. That's probably going to not be in focus, but so it's important to make sure you got the daub stick in the center, lengthwise and widthwise, and try not to let the wax go over the edges, or you're going to have to grind all that off too. It's pretty soft, but it'll go. So I can feel it starting to stiffen up. So I'm going to let it cool till finger touch, and then we'll take it downstairs. See, it's trying to dribble over the edges right here, and I'm going to try to keep it on there. It's still pretty hot. All right, next step will be putting a dome on it. All right, we got our cabochon on a daub stick, and now I'm gonna grind it at a 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna put a girdle on it, about 3/16 of 2 millimeters around the bottom edge here, and we're going to go dome it and then go through all the polishing steps. Okay, now we got a dome shape here. I went all the way through 280 grit. So now we're going to start polishing it. That looks pretty good. now for the final step, we're going to put it on the ceridium disc here. I think get it to float. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to take it upstairs, put it in the freezer, and see if we can get it off the dop stick clean. Okay, got the malachite pendant off the dop stick, and I think it come out pretty good. I like the shine on it. Nice and smooth. Some people say to use aluminum oxide instead of cerium oxide, which I have on my machine. I've tried aluminum oxide, and I can't really tell the difference in the shine I get. So I'm sticking with the cerium oxide because it's easier for me to use. But I don't think this is too shabby. Nice pattern, nice shine. I'm going to glue it into the stainless steel 25 by 18 millimeter pendant here. Fits pretty nice. So this will be available on my Etsy page. And when we glue it in there, I like to use this E6000. Seems to do a really good job. So we'll take a nice close look at it. And there you go. Well, thanks for watching me make a malachite pendant from the rough rock all the way to the mounting it in the bezel. Next week we're going to make a pendant out of this beach rock I found in Lake Superior, Amogoidal basalt, I think it's called. I'll put the name down on the screen below. Sometimes I don't pronounce these the correct way. So while you're down below, there's a link to my Etsy page, and also if you give me a thumbs up and possibly subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Catch you later.